He takes off again. Pitch down and in. Fade throw. There's no chance.
Cruz had already looked a couple of times at Brian Anderson, knowing that if he got a jump,
he's going home. The throw. He stole home. The most thrilling man in baseball stole second, third, and home.
So Elly De La Cruz is a human highlight reel. If you weren't watching the game tonight between the Brewers and the Reds, Elly stole second, then he stole third, and then he stole home. So to set up the situation, it's the 7th inning. The Reds are up by 1. There's 2 outs. Elly first steals second base. So now he's at second base with 2 outs. Now, the Brewers are basically conceding third base to him. You can see the third baseman is playing over towards second base. Elly actually has a pretty short lead here, but he's going to take off for third because you can see the Brewers are just going to kind of let him. They don't even cover. And some teams will do this with 2 outs because they want to be able to position the defense where they feel like the batter is going to hit the ball. And a lot of teams feel like, well, we'll give up the steal of third because it really doesn't matter. Because with 2 outs and his speed, a single, whether he's on second or third, is going to score him regardless. But I've always been a fan of finding the next 90 feet no matter what. So even if there's 2 outs, I still like to steal third base, as long as I feel like there's a really high probability that we'll make it. And there's a few reasons why I like to do that. The first thing is, if we do draw a throw, there's a chance something bad could happen. Catcher could throw it into left field, and we score a run. Now, if they just give us the bag and we're at third base now, there's a lot of other options that come into play. So now all of a sudden, if the batter hits a ground ball that we make an error on or a fly ball that we make an error on, the run scores instead of just getting to third base. The wild pitch or pass ball comes into play. So a ball that gets pitched past the catcher, we score a run. All of a sudden, if the pitcher has a really good pitch like a splitter or a breaking ball that they like to bury, especially with 2 strikes, they might not feel as comfortable throwing that because they know if they spike the ball in the ground and it gets away, well, now all of a sudden, again, we give up a run. If the runner was only at second, well, now they're just going to move over to third base. So some pitchers will be a little bit tentative to go to a pitch that they feel might get past the catcher. You've also got the possibility of an infield single, so a little squibber somewhere or a chopper that the infielders can't get to. If we were at second, we're only going to move to third, but at third base, we're going to score on that. And then on any single, we're going to score. Now, with Elly's speed, he probably scores anyway, but if we're at third base and get a single, it's a 100% chance of scoring. There's not going to obviously be a play at the plate. If we're only at second base, there is going to be a play at the plate, and there's a possibility that you get thrown out. So again, if they're going to give us 90 feet, we're going to take 90 feet. So Elly steals third, but he doesn't stop there. Watch what he does. He's now looking for the next 90 feet. As the pitcher starts to walk back to the mound, Elly is going to take off for the plate, slide, and he's safe. So if we back up real quick, this is what I love about De La Cruz. Now, it helps that he has ridiculous speed, but he's always looking for the next 90 feet. He didn't just steal second and then steal third and be satisfied with that. He immediately gets up and he starts walking, and he says, if you're not going to pay attention to me, if you're going to give me another 90 feet, I'm going to take it. So he walks, and he says, this pitcher has no idea that I've now walked this far from third base. I'm going to take off sprinting, and by the time he turns and realizes it, Elly's just too fast. I mean, he literally is a human highlight reel. This guy can do everything on a baseball field. So amazing talent and speed, but amazing ability to be heads up, to always be looking for the next 90 feet, and to always just be in the game. So he's got great feel for such a young player, especially at a level like the major leagues where he's only been here a couple of weeks. And he's doing things that you just don't see anyone do. You don't see veterans do it. Almost no one can do some of the things that he's able to do on a baseball field. So super exciting to watch. Good for him. I love the way he plays. I love his aggressiveness. I love his smarts. I love that he's willing to take risks, but they're calculated risks. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.